Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for Cancer today. And to let you know how this works, I've asked my guides and spirit to bring a message through the cards that is deeply meaningful and uplifting for you this week as you navigate what's going on. I know it's been a tough week, so the word uplifting was really important to me today. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And I want to strongly invite you and encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can stay in contact with this high vibrational information every week. And if you're returning, thank you so much for supporting this channel and for also allowing me to be a part of this journey that you're on. I really enjoy doing these readings and sharing the information with you. So let's get started, Cancer. It's not what it seems, okay? So that's cryptic, right? So anyway, the universe is giving you the Five of Swords energy to deal with. This is a tough energy. It's kind of like things are kind of nasty and you just want to get away from them. And that's pretty much the way you respond with the Six of Cups energy. You just want to find your safe place. It's like you want to find your comfort blanket or your refuge. You're looking for a place that was safe. And it's represented by images from childhood in this card. Because sometimes childhood is that nostalgic safe place we can go to sometimes, right? Or that ideal childhood that we thought we should have had. That's where we like to go. But I'm not really feeling the childhood stuff so much here. It's more like you just want a refuge that is simpler, that's less complicated, that's safer. The universe has been really throwing some conflicts and some challenges, and it's tough to navigate these through the emotions. When you pick up on so much, it's really hard to navigate all this, and you're just looking for a lighter sense, give me that James Bond movie, a quantum of solace, just a little moment of rest. You just want to kind of check out for a little bit and let the world be. You kind of want to get away from that and just find that quiet space within. So the cards are really interesting next. We've got the Page of Pentacles going into the Nine of Swords, going into the King of Cups. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. So I have to tell you, last week, this Nine of Swords card was in pretty much every reading. I think 10 out of 12 readings, perhaps, had this Nine of Swords card. And I know I was shuffling the deck. So I really felt the collective energy was very much this Nine of Swords, which in general is talking about anxiety, nightmares, restlessness, too much mental activity that you just can't deal with. It's like a restless mind. And I have to tell you, I'm normally not affected by these things, but I have not been able to sleep all week. And I've had nightmares twice. So for me, this came true. So the way it has absorbed into your energy field is that these two cards together, you're wondering, will I ever get there? Will I ever get that heart's desire? Will I ever get to that space that I'm wanting? And for some of you, it's maybe just that respite from all of the turmoil that we've been feeling as of late. But they're both kind of looking up. This Knight of Swords figure is looking up towards this vortex. And then the Knight of Cups is looking up towards this cup, which is kind of like a grail. So the ideal, the beautiful. And he's saying, will I ever get there? And you're feeling this stress about it. Am I ever going to get there? The true and the beautiful and the desired. And interesting, we had the Page of Pentacles. I know I told you about her before, just sitting there calmly. And as I'm looking at this, I'm drawn to the drama of the thoughts and the emotions of, am I ever going to get there? Is this ever going to happen? What's going to happen? Is this going to, this energy? That's the technical term. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is saying, okay, hang on a second. Let's calm down. You have to understand that it's already here with you. It's already here within you. that heart's desire, that solace you seek, everything you want is already here in you, within you. She's holding that spark. So whereas this guy is questing after it, this guy is worrying about whether he's ever going to get there, she is holding it. She's like, haha, I caught it. So, and she's sitting on the dragon. So this says to me that there's even more room to grow. You're able to make this bigger. And okay, so you might be sitting there thinking, all right, so she says I've got my heart's desire within me, but what if that heart's desire is outside of me? What if that's a job or a relationship or just something in the outside world that just doesn't seem to be present? This is asking you to have hope for the presence of that. And to understand that before something manifests as a physical thing, it begins as an emotional attachment to a belief. So I've been talking to my guides about this a lot this week, that there's actually several layers of reality going on at once. And one of the realities is a circumstantial reality. So kind of a very five senses facts world, like this is the circumstance. But then there's another reality that consists of our beliefs and our emotional reactions and the way we see the world. So you know how sometimes you can witness something with someone else and then later you hear them tell a story and you're like, were we at the same thing? Did we go to the same thing? So it's the events unfold, but two people can have two completely different experiences, two completely subjective experiences. So there's those two things interacting. There's your reality, represented by this hand. There's the actual circumstances reality. But then there's this magic moment where they touch, where actually the beliefs reality touches the circumstantial reality, and then the law of attraction gets activated, and whatever you're touching that world with, whatever vibration you're touching that world with, that starts to come into your reality as a circumstance. So you know, people that have a really positive and healthy relationship with themselves, they look through the world very differently than someone who maybe doesn't have such a good relationship with themselves. And as a result, they have very different opportunities. They have very different people that they interact with. They have different levels of drama in their life. The person with a better relationship with themselves probably has less drama. The person who has maybe a less good relationship has maybe more drama. So there's a very subjective element to our reality. So what this Page of Pentacles is saying is basically all that I've explained to you. Pentacles being the earth, the reality, the concreteness of the world around us. She's saying, okay, this is the way the world is. But within you, you have also that subjective component that can activate and attract other things to you, just like moths are attracted to a flame. So she's got a light, things are attracted to that light. So rather than running after that desire and worrying if you're ever going to get there, or worrying that the outside world is just not matching your internal desire yet, it's really time to start considering about what are your thoughts and your beliefs? What are your emotional reactions and what is the emotional component of that which you desire? Because she's saying all of that is here, all of that potential is already here, but it has to be reconciled within you. You have to be feeling good about it before you start to see the reality shift to hit it. So if you're sitting there like, when am I ever going to get there? When am I ever going to get there? So here is our, mixing metaphors, here is our circumstance, here's your belief, here's what hits the world. You're going to attract more and more elusiveness. That desire is never going to get there. So this attracts jobs that are not quite right, or mates that are not quite right, or you meet someone but they're already in a relationship, or the job is available but it's in another state that you can't move to. Do you see what I'm saying? So if your belief is that it's always in front of me, I'm never going to get there, when am I going to get there? You're going to attract situations that match that. If you were to say it's already here, I already feel good about the relationships I have a great relationship with myself that I'm working on and I'm nurturing. I like this about my job, I like this about my circumstance. Focusing on the things that work for you, then your relationships and your jobs and whatever, your outside circumstance can then start to shift because you're attracting from what you have. And so you're saying, okay, great, Adriana, but I don't have everything that I want right now. And I know that I would be happier if I had it. Yes, but you can be happy with what you have, an aspect of what you have. There is something in your life that you can be happy with now. It may not be the whole thing. It may not be the whole enchilada. So, when I left my previous job, there was a lot of things that just weren't working anymore. There was a lot that didn't resonate with me anymore. But I also knew that I needed to leave with a very positive attitude, because if I didn't, I would attract all of the stuff that I didn't like about that job again. And so I just did my best to focus on the things that I really loved about that job. And because there were a few things, there was a lot that I really did not love about that job, drove me crazy. But I was leaving because it was the right time. I had a lot of messages through my dreams and through my guides, a lot of stuff. So anyway, I left, and then I started to realize that the circumstances that I kept, because I work more than one job, that I started to appreciate those circumstances more. And I started to really value the aspects of the job that I kept even more than I had before, because I was so determined to value the job that I was leaving. I value the job that I kept even more, and I saw that job grow. It just, without any effort, it just all of a sudden started to attract more. So I'm sharing this knowledge because it's a little bit like, it's not literal, like, okay, that new job isn't there, but there is the aspect of that job that you can start to align with now. The reason why you want the new job is because you feel like, and I'm using job just because it's easy for me right now, or maybe I'm talking to someone specific. I'm using job because it's easy to understand, I think. So there's the reason why you want the new job is because you feel that it would make you happier. So the solution is to look at your circumstance now and say, okay, what about my circumstance? What about my job does make me happy? And then that starts to match where you're going. So that's the idea of it's already in you. That joy that you want to feel in the new job is already within you. You've just got to activate it and tap into it so it can match. So I really hope that was clear enough, because this was important information for you. So if it wasn't clear, please let me know in the comments. I want to clarify this for you. So thank you again for sharing your time this week. If you are curious about your personal message from the other side, I do offer intuitive readings and spiritual guidance through my website, trueguidancetarot.com, or you can always email me in the description below, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.